What is going on, YouTube? And welcome back to another episode of the ClearCryptos educational channel. My name is T. Haas from the Crypto Shop. And of course, I got my man Jay Seals with me. What's going on, brother?
What's good, everybody?
Hey, listen, guys. Federal Jerome Powell spoke today, and it was a very, very entertaining, comedic speech. I say that because normally these speeches are not really left, feeling good. It's normally like some doom and gloom. But within that speech, he hit some key points. Today, we're going to discuss the article that points out those points, and then we're going to give you our opinion on those points. So, Justin, take it away.
All right. So, speaking to the media today, Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell shared his expectations that 2023 will show significant declines in inflation. Thank God, because my eggs are just too expensive.
Jeez.
Sharing that despite positive signs within the disinflationary process, it still has a long way to go. The fight against inflation dominated headlines throughout 2022, with the Fed executing a year-long plan to bring the rate down. Consecutive interest rate hikes are still occurring, with Powell not indicating a stoppage anytime soon because the target is 2% and they are not budging on that. So, in a quote, Powell said, with his optimism very clear, the disinflationary process, the process getting inflation down, has begun, and it's begun in the goods sector, which means those eggs, which is about a quarter of the economy. But it has a long way to go, and these are still the very early stages. Following a quarter percentage point rate hike just a week ago, the Fed has raised interest rates 8 times since March of last year. And when he was asked whether they were going to continue to raise rates, he said, of course we are, because we know they're going to keep fighting inflation. Did he give a hint if 25 basis points was going to continue? He did not, but I wish he would have. But he also said that we expect 2023 to be a year of significant declines in inflation. Love to hear it. It's actually our job to make sure that's the case. My guess is it will take certainly into not just this year, but next year to get down to that 2% number. So how as we know, 2% is the number. He's drilling it down. But what do you think about everything that he said? Because I know he had a lot in that Q&A portion. But also, do you think that we may see the pause sooner than later?
No. One thing that I got out of that speech was he is very transparent. And unlike most feds in history, they're not trying to hide a lot. I mean, granted, there is some things that they're not going to tell us, but they're not trying to hide a lot. They kind of want the markets to know what to expect because that is what they, quote, want to be the norm, right? If the markets hear something, if he says something, he wants the markets to react to it ahead of time. That being said, you got to go off what the man is saying. He's saying that they expect this fight to go on all through 2023, and I believe him. As much as I want to believe that we're going to pause this year, after hearing him speak, I don't think we'll pause, but I also don't think that's a bad thing. I think that as long as we continue to get inflation to come down and unemployment, even though it is also coming down, that just shows how strong the economy is, and it gives us a fighting chance at potentially having that Nike swoosh shape recovery, aka a soft landing. So I'm all for it. I'm here for it. I don't think the rate hikes are scaring people as much as they used to because we understand what boogeyman they're trying to fight, which is inflation. So,
okay. So second question: were we ever in a recession? Do you change your mind? And because I know the whole GDP negative, blah blah blah, whatever, but are we actually in a recession? Is a recession going to happen, or you think we're going to avoid a recession altogether?
I think we will avoid a recession if two things happen. If the economy continues to stay strong and inflation continues to come down. I think February 14th will be very, very revealing, meaning we've had 2 consecutive times with CPI where we started on a downtrend. If we can get that third time, that third time's a charm. That's where you want to enter on the chart, right? So if you can get that third time just reaffirming that downtrend, I think we're on the right path. Now, if we get a spike up, that could be a problem. We could potentially hike interest rates until we hit a recession, right? Previous technical recession, technically we were in a recession, right? Back-to-back quarters of negative GDP. You can't deny that. That is a recession. However, it was a technical recession because we know why it was caused. It was caused because the Fed caused the recession. Will we get another one? That remains to be seen. I'm not a fortune teller, but we shall see. And CPI is going to be very telling on the 14th to kind of take us down that path.
Yeah, so I guess what you're saying is that get your Valentine's Day cards ready. Make sure you have one addressed to CPI and make sure you send one to Jerome Powell, because that's the fate of the market right there. Be mine, CPI. Be mine, Jerome.
Right? Be
Come
mine,
on,
baby.
Take my flowers. Take my candy so I can make my money, right? So
that's basically where where we sit. Valentine's Day, and I feel like that was on purpose, but we'll see. But you guys let us know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and come on back over to the Clear Cryptos educational channel. Check me and Jay Seals out over here, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.